Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's been 2 weeks since I haven't done our breakfast. So we had a little break, but I hope that you spent it very productively and that you didn't miss me too much. But if you have, here I am, and we are going to do a very nice lesson today, and I hope you're ready for that. So welcome, good morning on this Monday morning. Good morning, good morning. I don't see your name here, unfortunately. It only says Facebook user for some reason, but hello to you. And good morning to everyone who is watching on Instagram. Good morning to those who are watching on YouTube, Facebook, in the Facebook group, and on LinkedIn. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am very happy that I'm here. I wasn't here last week because I was on a short holiday, not a long holiday. I was in Athens, in Greece, with my husband, and it was a very nice stay. This was my first time in Greece, and I didn't expect much. I wasn't really expecting that it's going to be an amazing city, or I wasn't really expecting it to be great. For some reason, I imagined that Athens is maybe not the most interesting city, but surprise, surprise, it is a very nice city. I really, really loved it. It's very clean, very safe, and a lot of restaurants, which I, of course, like very much and really love to eat, as you know. So I was really having a good time there, and I was very happy that they have so many restaurants, coffee shops, and we of course went to do some sightseeing, but it was very, very hot. Really hot weather, over 30 degrees. So it was very difficult to do sightseeing. On the first day, we did quite a lot of sightseeing, quite a lot of walking during during our stay. So and then we were so tired and really didn't want to stay too long. So then on the next day we basically did something else. We got up very early, went sightseeing, did some sightseeing, and then went back in the afternoon, had a nap, and we went out again in the evening, which was perfect because I think we weren't so tired, and we were actually quite happy that we could just have a nap in the afternoon, and were more energized later on. So welcome everyone. I hope that you are great today. Say hello in the comments that you're here, and say hello and tell me how your weekend was. Of course, how was your weekend? What did you do? Did you have a good time? I hope that you did. My weekend was a bit quiet. On Friday and Saturday I did some work, I stayed at home, I watched movies, and then yesterday I went out because we had here in Lisbon, we had a Thai festival, and there were performances, there was food, of course, and I spent the whole day in the park. It was very nice, lovely, although I basically felt very tired, and I do feel very tired today because it was very, very hot, and I spent a lot of time in the sun, and it really exhausted me, to be honest. The hot days are very nice, but when you spend a lot of time outside, it's really not great for you. I feel that at the end of the day I am very tired, and I really cannot do much. I hope that you are great. Let me see if everything, because I can see that on There's not that many people on Facebook today, and I'm just wondering if everything is okay. Usually a lot of people come from Facebook, and today there are not that many, so I'm just gonna check if we are live on our Facebook page. But we are, so it's very strange that there are not that many people there today, but maybe they didn't expect. I don't know. But I hope that whoever is watching is going to be fine and some more people are going to join us. Okay, moi drodzy, dzień dobry, dzień dobry, dzień dobry. Witam Was bardzo serdecznie. Oczywiście jak zawsze powiedzcie cześć w komentarzach, żebym wiedziała, że szczególnie na Facebooku i na YouTubie wydaje mi się, że dzisiaj jest dosyć cicho z jakiegoś powodu. Nie wiem dlaczego, czy że live dociera, czy wszystko jest ok. Mam nadzieję, że wszystko jest ok. Więc dzień dobry, witam Was bardzo serdecznie. Dzisiaj będziemy sobie mówić, jest i Agnieszka, good morning. I hope that you can hear me and see me. I was a little bit worried there were only 6 people on Facebook. I don't know what happened there, but I hope that some more people will join us. Good morning, Monica and Krzysztof. Oh, I'm so glad that you're here. I thought there was something wrong with the video. Moi drodzy, witam Was bardzo serdecznie witam tych, którzy do nas dołączają. Dajcie znać w komentarzach, że jesteście. Oczywiście powiedzcie cześć, dajcie znać jak Wasz weekend, jak tam Wasza przerwa, co tam u Was. Dzisiaj, moi drodzy, będziemy sobie mówić o tak zwanym zjawisku overtourism. Nie znam odpowiednika po polsku. Słyszałam bardzo często, że w Polsce używa się słowa overtourism, nie używa się odpowiednika polskiego, więc być może nie mamy odpowiednika polskiego. Chociaż kto wie, nie jestem do końca tak zaznajomiona. Co to jest overtourism? Zaraz sobie powiemy. Lekcja jest przeznaczona, moi drodzy, dla osób na poziomie B2-C1. Osoby na niższym poziomie proszę się nie zrażać, dlatego że wydaje mi się, że i tu znajdziecie coś dla siebie. Zawsze jest tak, że te lekcje tutaj są tak zrobione, żeby jednak każdy z Was coś tam z tego wyniósł. Osoby na wyższych poziomach będą rozumieć więcej, oczywiście osoby na niższych poziomach mogą być troszeczkę zagubione na samym początku, jak będziemy sobie czytać tekst, ale znowu proszę się nie zrażać. Hello, good to see you too, and Sylvia, good morning. Very nice to have you here, of course. So, today we are talking about overtourism as well. Moi drodzy, jeszcze parę oczywiście organizacyjnych rzeczy. W zeszłym tygodniu skończyło się nasze wyzwanie From Zero to Hero dla osób początkujących. Na YouTubie okenglish.pl znajdziecie 4 nagrania live'a dla początkujących. Więc jeżeli jesteście osobami początkującymi, nawet jak nie braliście udziału w wyzwaniu, to te nagrania są dostępne i można je obejrzeć. I to są nagrania takie bardziej o gramatyce. Ostatnie nagranie jest o tym, jak nauczyć się języka od początku, od zera lub od bardzo takiego niskiego poziomu, więc takie bardziej praktyczne nagranie. I ich jest 4, można sobie obejrzeć. Wpadajcie na YouTube'a i dajcie znać też w komentarzach, co Wam jest potrzebne, czy jeszcze macie jakieś pytania. Następna wiadomość dla osób z OK English, które już uczą się lub uczyły, będziemy mieli nowy system do bukowania godzin. I mówię o tym dlatego, że będzie on zupełnie inny niż mamy teraz i bardzo często jakaś taka zmiana powoduje chaos i być może będzie na samym początku trzeba się przyzwyczaić do pewnych rzeczy, ale ten system jest naprawdę, wydaje mi się, że jest naprawdę bardzo, bardzo dobry i odpowiada naszym wszystkim wymaganiom. Przede wszystkim to, że jak Wy kupujecie pakiet, to możecie sobie wyznaczyć sami datę, kiedy go chcecie zacząć i skończyć. On Wam sam odlicza dni do końca pakietu, on Wam sam mówi, kiedy ten pakiet będzie trzeba wykorzystać, on Wam sam pokazuje, jakie godziny macie zabukowane. Także naprawdę on w zasadzie robi wszystko, to co ja robię teraz manualnie i nie musicie już do mnie pisać. Więc i ja oszczędzam czas i Wy oszczędzacie czas i naprawdę jest to o wiele fajniejsze i jeszcze dodatkowo będzie nam pozwalał wprowadzać tak zwany membership. Membership, czyli subskrypcje na lekcje, które będą o wiele tańsze niż są teraz i myślę, że będą bardziej atrakcyjne przez to i więcej z Was będzie mogło się na te lekcje zapisać z tego względu, że po prostu będą tańsze, bo wiem, że obecnie cena lekcji bardzo często Was powstrzymuje od tego, żeby się na lekcje zapisać, co oczywiście rozumiem. Lekcje z native speakerem są dosyć o wiele droższe niż z polskim nauczycielem, ale dzięki temu mam nadzieję, że dzięki subskrypcji będziemy mogli obniżyć cenę także dla osób, które teraz obecnie nie mogą przez właśnie finansowe rzeczy. Ale to już we wrześniu, bo muszę się ogarnąć to wszystko, wiecie, to nie jest takie proste. I na koniec chciałabym Was zaprosić do dołączenia na YouTube okenglish.pl i na Instagram okenglish.pl. Na Instagramie dorzucam tylko parę rzeczy czas od czasu, więc tam może aż tyle się nie dzieje, ale wiecie, jak używacie Instagrama, a nie używacie Facebooka, to też to jest dla Was opcja, żeby się tam ze mną zobaczyć i żeby powiedzieć cześć. Dobrze, moi drodzy, tylko jeszcze się przywitam tutaj. Izabela, good morning, and Agata, everything is okay, nice to hear you too, nice to see you here too, not hear you unfortunately. Kasia, good morning, and Crystal hello and good morning. So good morning Instagram, good morning Facebook and YouTube. I am so glad that you all here and we can start our lesson today. So the first question for you is, what do you think is overtourism? How does that affect people? Okay, overtourism. What do you think that is? What do you think that is? What is overtourism? And how does that affect people? You can guess, you don't have to know, okay, because I know, maybe if you know English enough, I think it's if you know English enough, I think it's already kind of easy to figure out what that is. But if you don't know, if you've never heard about it, you can guess. Okay, so let me know in the comments how what that is and how does that affect people. Monica says, yesterday I was on the rooftop of Lech Poznań Stadium. I beat my fear of height. Amazing feeling, highly recommended. Interesting. I have been to Poznań. Of course, I know the stadium. I didn't know that you can go on top. And I wonder how that looks like. And if that is something to be afraid of too. I am also afraid of heights. So I totally understand your fear, Monica. Okay, so I am waiting for your comments. I know that there is a little delay on Facebook and YouTube, so don't worry, write what you think is overtourism. So over, when we add the little word over before something, usually it means that there is too many or too much of something. Book more places in airplanes than they have. Okay, so Monica says that it's about booking places on the airplane, right? It's almost there. So remember that if we add a small word before a noun, very often, like here we have tourism, right? So if we add over before that word, it means that there is something, we have something too many or too much, okay? So also we can add over before other words like adjectives. So for example, if we are overexcited, if I'm excited, I'm just excited, I'm happy about something. But if I'm overexcited, then that means that I'm really like, whoa, too much, there's too much or too many feelings or too much happiness in me, okay? So overtourism. So what do you say here? Isabella says that I think it's, for example, with travel. Yes, it is about travel. I'm not sure, Agata said, but I think it is when people travel too much. You are almost right. You are almost right. So overtourism. Overtourism is when we have a place, let's say, and there are too many tourists. So, and this causes a lot of problems. We are going to look at Venice today. Venice is a city in Italy, and we are going to look how overtourism affects people in Venice. So there are a lot of cities in Europe, like Barcelona, Lisbon, for example, where we have too many people. There are so many people that there is a problem with transportation. Everything is too expensive, right? For people who live in those places. They have to move out of the city because everything is so expensive. So we have too many tourists that cause a lot of problems and pollution, environment, right? So we have over-tourism. So remember, if we add something before over, it means too many or too much. Okay? Overtourism. Po polsku nie mamy takiego słowa jak overtourism, tak mi się wydaje, ale dla tych, którzy już tutaj z nami zostaną, będzie w tekście wytłumaczone, co to jest overtourism, ale od razu powiem, dla tych, którzy nie zrozumieli, overtourism to jest zjawisko, gdzie mamy zbyt dużo turystów w jakimś mieście i to zaczyna powodować dużo problemów, jak wysokie ceny, zatrucie środowiska, tak? Ludzie, którzy mieszkają w danym miejscu, muszą się wyprowadzić, bo nie stać ich na czynsz, tak? Więc bardzo dużo takich problemów się pojawia, kiedy mamy overtourism. I dzisiaj spojrzymy sobie na Wenecję, po angielsku Wenecja to Venice, i spojrzymy sobie na krótki tekst właśnie o tym, jak ta turystyka, taka nadturystyka powoduje, co ona powoduje, jak to wygląda w Wenecji. To jest krótki tekst, jeden paragraf, więc najpierw spojrzymy sobie na tekst, znaczy ja sobie spojrzę i będę go Wam czytać. Wy nie będziecie widzieć, słuchajcie, postarajcie się zrozumieć jak najwięcej. Spojrzymy sobie później na parę rzeczy z tego tekstu, będziemy robić quiz, później spojrzymy sobie jeszcze raz na tekst, tym razem już Wy będziecie mogli sobie spojrzeć na tekst i zrobimy sobie quiz. Okay, so let's have a look at overtourism in Venice. Okay, so first you listen, I speak and I read. So, Venice. Overtourism. Let me move this. I cannot really see. I need to move your Instagram. Sorry about that. Okay. Overtourism boils down to the simple fact of too many people visiting the same place at the same time, and Venice is, sadly, a prime example. Some 20 million visitors flood in each year. On its busiest days, around 120,000 people visit the city, which is home to just 55,000 permanent residents. Many of the same issues crop up in Venice as in Barcelona, Reykjavik or Dubrovnik. The rapid growth of low-cost aviation, cruise ships and peer-to-peer home-sharing platforms are all guilty parties. The rise of the day tripper is a huge problem too. Ironically, no one seems to dedicate time to seeing this timeless city. Of the 20 million people who come to Venice each year, only half sleep here, which is why hotel stays have dropped by 2/3 over the past 25 years. Many have poured off a cruise ship. On some days, as many as 44,000 cruise passengers come to the city or are on a whirlwind tour of Italy. Some stay for just a few hours, see little, buy a few trinkets and leave home. They bring no economic benefit to the city in its way. Krzysztof is asking, lost connection. Okay, lost connection. I hope that you are okay. I hope the connection is good, okay? Let me know if everything is good and if you're having problems. Okay, I am going to read it one more time. One more time, a bit slower. Listen carefully. Overtourism boils down to the simple fact of too many people visiting the same place at the same time, and Venice is sadly a prime example. Some 20 million visitors flood in each year. On its busiest days, around 120,000 people visit the city, which is home to just 50,000 permanent residents. Many of the same issues crop up in Venice as in Barcelona, Reykjavik or Dubrovnik. The rapid growth of low-cost aviation, cruise ships and peer-to-peer home-sharing platforms are all guilty parties. The rise of the day tripper is a huge problem too. Ironically, no one seems to dedicate time to seeing this timeless city. Of the 20 million people who come to Venice each year, only half sleep here, which is why hotel stays have dropped by 2/3 over the past 25 years. Many have poured off a cruise ship. On some days, as many as 44,000 cruise passengers come to the city or are on a whirlwind tour of Italy. Some stay for just a few hours, see little, buy a few trinkets and leave. They bring no economic benefit to the city in this way. Okay, so I would like us to have a look at the text. So we'll have a look at the text on Facebook and YouTube. You have the text on the screen. Unfortunately, on Instagram you don't. But but you can listen, of course. So let's look at the text. Okay, Facebook and YouTube, you can look at the text and read with me. Overtourism boils down to the simple fact of too many people visiting the same place at the same time, and Venice is sadly a prime example. Some 20 million visitors flood in each year. On its busiest days, around 120,000 people visit this city, which is home to just 50,000 permanent residents. Many of the same issues crop up in Venice as in Barcelona, Reykjavik or Dubrovnik. The rapid growth of low-cost aviation, cruise ships and peer-to-peer home-sharing platforms are all guilty parties. The rise of the day tripper is a huge problem too. Ironically, no one seems to dedicate time to seeing this timeless city. Of the 20 million people who come to Venice each year, only half sleep here, which is why hotel stays have dropped by 2/3 over the past 25 years. Many have poured off a cruise ship. On some days, as many as 44,000 cruise passengers come to the city. All are on whirlwind tour of Italy. Some stay for just a few hours, see little, buy a few trinkets and leave. They bring no economic benefit to the city in this way. All right, so I would like to do a quick quiz, guys. So I'm going to move you here because it's better for me. So I'm going to ask you a few questions, okay? So the first one is peer-to-peer home sharing platform. Peer-to-peer home sharing platform is A, Airbnb or B, Booking.com. What is that? So there are certain platforms that we can call peer-to-peer home sharing. What do you think that is? You don't have to know, you can guess. Monica is guessing, okay? I will ask for one more answer. So if you think of peer-to-peer home sharing platform, what is that? Airbnb or Booking.com? Agnieszka also says, so Monica and Agnieszka are agreeing that it is A, Airbnb, and Isabella also says that it's A, Airbnb, and you are right, it is Airbnb. peer-to-peer home sharing platform. Okay? What is peer? Peer, P-E-E-R. Okay? P-E-E-R, peer. Peer is a person who is, for example, on the same level as you. So, very often, it can be your colleague from work that is not your boss or not your manager, just on the same level. They are also just a normal worker, let's say, or if you are a manager, that's another manager. This is also your friend from your class if you are studying, if you study somewhere in the university. This also is a person who is the same age and they also learning with you. So here we have a peer-to-peer home sharing platform. Peer-to-peer, it means that a person is very similar to you. So, for example, they are not a hotel, right? They are not a hotel, they are just a normal person that have a flat that they want to rent to you. So peer-to-peer is a person that rents, so peer-to-peer home sharing platform. So platform is a website in this case. So it means that we have a website where a person who is very similar to you can rent you a flat. Okay, I hope that it is understandable. Czyli jeżeli mamy kogoś, kogo nazywamy peer, na przykład he is or she is my peer, to oznacza, że ta osoba jest po prostu na tym samym poziomie co my. Czyli może być naszym kolegą z pracy, kolegą z klasy na przykład, tak? Jeżeli uczymy się, tak? Na przykład, kto tam jeszcze może być? No nie wiem, w jakiejś grupie jesteśmy i ktoś jest na tym samym poziomie. Jeżeli jesteśmy kierownikiem gdzieś, to drugi kierownik będzie naszym peer, tak samo. A tutaj mamy peer-to-peer home sharing platform, oznacza, że jest to platforma, czyli jakaś strona internetowa, gdzie możemy jako osoba prywatna wynająć pokój, mieszkanie drugiej osobie prywatnej. Tak? Czyli nie jest to hotel, tylko jest to po prostu osoba prywatna, taka sama jak my. Czyli peer-to-peer home sharing platform. Okay, next one. A day tripper. A day tripper. A is a person who visits a place. B, a person who doesn't want to go somewhere for a day. Or C, a person who goes somewhere for a day. A day tripper. Who is a day tripper? A day tripper, what do you think? Is a person who visits a place, is a person who doesn't want to visit a place, or is a person who goes somewhere for a day? Agnieszka, Izabela się pyta o tą peer-to-peer, już wyjaśniłam po polsku, także mam nadzieję, że zrozumiałaś. Agnieszka and Monika, you guys on Facebook are not very active today, I feel, but that's fine. So Agnieszka and Monika, thank you very much for your answers. A person who goes somewhere for a day. A day tripper. A day tripper is a person who goes for a day. A trip, so we have a trip, of course, somewhere when we go for a shorter amount of time. We go for a holiday. Empath and Izabela, okay. Izabela mówi, że okay, good. So, a trip is somewhere, it's a thing that we do when we go for holiday, right? But a tripper is a person who goes somewhere, okay? So I'm a tripper, right? I'm a tripper if I do trips. So a day tripper will be a person who goes somewhere for a day. Czyli a day tripper jest to osoba, która gdzieś jedzie na jeden dzień. No, myślę, że dosyć proste. Okay, and the last one. Tourists buy trinkets. Przepraszam, tam jeżeli na Facebooku i na YouTubie widzicie, to buy powinno być oczywiście B-U-Y, a nie B-Y. Przepraszam za błąd. Tourists buy trinkets. This means they buy A. Food, B. Small things, or C. Expensive jewelry. Trinkets. What is a trinket? Is it food, small things, or expensive jewelry? What do you think? What do you think? Okay, so I am waiting for your answers. Is it food? Agnieszka and Monica, very active today. Well done, ladies. Thank you very much. So, small things. Agnieszka and Monica say B, yes, small things. And Isabella also say small things. Yes, trinkets are usually something small, usually souvenirs, or something that maybe accessories like key rings, right, is a trinket. Something shiny, something that, you know, not very expensive. Agatha, thank you very much. And Pav, here, not food, I'm afraid, but a trinket is a small thing. A snack, Monica says. No, it's not food, it's not snack. Only like very physical things, nothing to eat. More like something that, you know, I don't know, for example, I bought this, maybe not the best example of that, but I bought this in England when I went there last time. It could be a trinket too, it's just a pencil with the rubber, right? So something like that, something not very expensive, silly very often, right? So yeah, so a trinket jest to coś małego, może być mała pamiątka, bardzo często kojarzy się z czymś, co świeci, jest takie, wiecie, albo wydaje jakiś dźwięk, czyli przeważnie na przykład możemy nazwać, powiedzmy, bryloczek do kluczy, to będzie trinket, tak? Czy coś, co możemy postawić gdzieś, taki kurzołap tak zwany w domu. Coś małego, coś, co nie jest zbyt drogie i może niezbyt przydatne też często. Okay, so the next thing I would like to do, I would like to read again, but this time with explanation. Explanation with some of the words explained. So overtourism boils down to the simple fact of too many people visiting the same place at the same time, and Venice is sadly a prime example. So here we have boils down to. This means that we can summarize this very simply. Boils down to jest całe wyrażenie. Boil znamy prawdopodobnie i jest to oczywiście gotować, na przykład zagotować coś, ale tutaj mamy bardziej, że możemy to bardzo łatwo podsumować. Boils down to the simple fact of too many people visiting the same time, at the same place at the same time. A prime example, this means that it's very good example, the first example that comes to our mind, the main example also. Some 20 million people, visitors, flood in each year. So flood in, it means that there's a lot of people and they just go in, right? So it's not like one person, two people, but a lot of people that just flood in to the city. Around 120,000 people visit the city, which is home to just 55,000 permanent residents. Permanent resident is a person who lives there all the time. So if you don't have to be Italian to be a permanent resident, you can be Polish, but if you have all the papers and you can work there and live there legally, you are a permanent resident. So I am a permanent resident in Portugal, and you probably, Agnieszka for example, or Monika, if they live in Poland, they also permanent residents there. Many of the same issues crop up in Venice as in Barcelona, Reykjavik or Dubrovnik. The rapid growth of low-cost aviation, cruise ships and peer-to-peer home-sharing platforms are all guilty parties. Now here we have quite a lot of words. Crop up means to appear. Okay, very slowly appear, crop up. Then we have the rapid growth of low-cost aviation. Rapid growth, so it means that it grows very fast. Grows very fast, develops very fast. Low-cost aviation, this means cheap airlines. So we have EasyJet, right? Wizz Air, what else? Ryanair, right? So low-cost aviation, this is low-cost, very cheap airlines. Cruise ships, So we have big ships, big boats that we go on trips, and peer-to-peer home sharing platforms. So for example, Airbnb, that would be a home sharing platform, are all guilty parties. Guilty, it means that it's their fault, and party, of course, you know that party is to have fun, music and so on, drinking and so on. But also a party, it can be if we have a group of people. So everyone is a part of that group. So they are a party of that group. The rise of the day tripper is a huge problem too. So here we said that a day tripper is a person who goes only for one day somewhere. Ironically, no one seems to dedicate time to seeing this timeless city. Of the 20 million people who come to Venice each year, only half sleep here, which is why hotel stays have dropped by 2/3 over the past 25 years. So not many people sleep in Venice. They very often go there for one day and leave. Many have poured off a cruise ship, got off the cruise ship. Poured off, it means that there were a lot of people who came from a cruise ship. On some days, as many as 44,000 cruise passengers come to the city or are on a whirlwind tour of Italy. So it means that they just go all around Italy and they stop in Venice for a day. Some stay for just a few hours, see little, buy a few trinkets. So like Monica said here, magnets or earrings as well, very small things, and leave. They bring no economic benefit to the city in this way. Okay, so here we have also two words, poured off and flood in. Tutaj chcę zwrócić Wam uwagę, bo tak mi przyszło do głowy, nic co sobie zaplanowałam, ale czytając ten tekst przyszły mi do głowy dwie rzeczy, znaczy jedna rzecz, ale odnośnie dwóch wyrażeń. Mamy tutaj flood in i poured off. I teraz te dwa wyrażenia odnoszą się do bardzo dużej ilości osób, do tłumu osób, które gdzieś przychodzą. I teraz flood in to będzie, jeżeli oni przychodzą do Wenecji, czyli bardzo duża grupa osób, po prostu flood to jest, jak się mówi, flood jest, nie ulewa, Boże, wyszło mi z głowy, tak? Duża ilość wody, tak? Jak kogoś zalewa. Więc tutaj może być, że zalewa, ta grupa osób zalewa właśnie miasto. Poured off jest znowu czymś, co odnosi się do wody, bo pour, zalewać dokładnie. Więc pour jest nalewać coś do czegoś, tak? Że na przykład pour me some juice, tak? Czyli nalej mi trochę soku. Natomiast to poured off oznacza, że ona się wylewa ze statku, wycieczkowca takiego, nie? Tego dużego cruise ship, to jest bardzo duży statek, taki wycieczkowiec. Tak? Więc dwa wyrażenia, które są związane z wodą, ale odnoszą się do ludzi. To trochę takie ciekawe. Okay, so let's have a look at some of the other phrases that we have here. So we have overtourism, so we have a long sentence. Overtourism boils down to a simple fact that too many people visit a place at the same time. This means A. Overtourism simply means that too many people visit the place at the same time. B. Overtourism can destroy the place. And C. Overtourism is very bad because there are too many people. Okay, so what does this sentence mean? Overtourism boils down to a simple fact that too many people visit a place at the same time. What does that mean? Agnieszka is very, very vigilant today and very active, very good. So overtourism, this is a very difficult sentence, and Monica as well today. This is a very difficult sentence, quite hard to understand. But we have to focus on the context, and very often you don't have to know all of the words today to know, and Łukasz and Agata, to know what that means. So you all said A, and that's a very good answer. Of course, overtourism simply means that too many people visit the place at the same time. So, więc w tym zdaniu, jeszcze raz je przeczytam, overtourism boils down to a simple fact that too many people visit the place at the same time. I tutaj mamy wyrażenie boils down to. Boils down to używamy wtedy, kiedy chcemy powiedzieć, że to po prostu to oznacza, że to po prostu coś oznacza. I teraz wiem, że wielu z Was być może nie zna wyrażenia boils down to, dlatego że ono być może się rzadziej pojawia. Ale na co tutaj musimy zwracać uwagę? Zwracamy uwagę na to, co z kontekstu może wynikać, tak? Jeżeli Wam daję, szczególnie, że Wam daję 3 odpowiedzi, które można dopasować do tego zdania. Więc bardzo często patrzymy na kontekst, nie musimy wiedzieć wszystkiego, nie znać każdego słowa, ale jak z kontekstu rozumiemy, to już jest naprawdę super. Okay, next one. Overtourism cropped up in Barcelona too. This means overtourism destroyed Barcelona. B. Overtourism appeared in Barcelona. And C. Overtourism doesn't happen in Barcelona. Overtourism cropped up in Barcelona too. What does that mean? Agnieszka was first. Very good. Thank you very much. Good job. So overtourism cropped up in Barcelona too. What does that mean? Monica, very good. Yes. B, if you guys know or if you want to guess, let me know in the comments. Don't wait. Say it. Press that button. Agata, press that button and tell me which one it is. So overtourism appeared in Barcelona. Znowu tutaj very good, Isabella, well done. Crop up, crop up. Znowu mamy słowo, które samo w sobie oznacza zupełnie coś innego i nie oznacza pojawić się nagle, na przykład, czyli crop. Crop. To słowo znaczy dosyć dużo rzeczy. Na przykład może oznaczać żniwo albo coś, co zebraliśmy ze żniwa, tak? Jakieś plony na przykład bardzo często, crop. Może też oznaczać to, co ja mam teraz na sobie. To nie jest tak, że nie jestem profesjonalną nauczycielką, ale idę na trening zaraz po naszym spotkaniu, więc się już ubrałam. Ale jak tu Instagram widzi, że mam crop top, czyli bluzka, która się kończy nad pępkiem, tak? Czyli bardzo krótka bluzka, crop top. Natomiast jeżeli połączymy to z up, crop up, będzie oznaczało pojawić się nagle. Bardziej pojawić się skradając. Jak ja się skradałam wcześniej i nagle się pojawiłam, to można powiedzieć, że ja się tak właśnie niby znikąd, ale jednak się skradałam. Nikt mnie nie widział wcześniej, tak? Czyli crop up. Więc jeżeli powiemy overtourism cropped up in Barcelona too, to oznacza, że to zjawisko overtouryzmu pojawiło się, skradało się wcześniej, tak powoli, ale nagle się pojawiło w Barcelonie. Okay, and the last one. Low cost aviation is cheap trains, cheap souvenirs, or cheap airlines. That is very simple. I think you guys will definitely know what that is. Low cost aviation, cheap trains, cheap souvenirs, or cheap airlines. What do you think? Agnieszka and Pav was first today. Okay, good. So Agnieszka and Pav say that it is cheap airlines. Monica, very well done. And someone from Facebook, I don't know, I don't see the name, I'm sorry. Cheap airlines. Low cost. Jeżeli mamy, Łukasz, good job. Jeżeli mamy coś, co nazywamy low cost, to oznacza, że to jest niższy koszt, oczywiście. Możemy użyć to jako przymiotnika i powiedzieć, że na przykład jeżeli, nie wiem, mamy, co jeszcze tam jest, tak, że low cost fare, bardzo często zobaczycie gdzieś, jak będziecie podróżować na przykład, to będzie albo na stronach, gdzie bukujecie loty, albo bukujecie jakieś tańsze opcje czegoś, będzie coś takiego jak low cost fare. I to oznacza, że jest to tani bilet, tak? Tani przejazd. Bardzo często low cost jest właśnie używany w odniesieniu do przejazdów, do biletów, tak, do jakichś tam wstępów do muzeów i tak dalej. Zamiast mówić cheap, tak, o cheaper, możemy powiedzieć low cost. Jest o wiele ładniej. Drugie słowo to jest aviation. Też troszeczkę, wydaje mi się, że w polskim też są podobne słowa. Aviation oznacza oczywiście przeloty, loty, tak? Aviation. Low cost aviation jest bardzo ładnym powiedzeniem po prostu na cheap airlines, tak? Czyli tanie linie lotnicze, bo airlines nie loty, ale linie lotnicze, czyli tutaj mamy na myśli Ryanaira i te wszystkie inne tanie opcje. Okay, and that was the last one. So, what do you think should be done to stop overtourism? Maybe you don't think that it should be stopped. But as you could hear, overtourism, well, it does quite a lot of harm, right? So first of all, locals don't earn money, or some do, but very often, you know, not that much. Hotels don't earn money. People come only for a few hours and then they leave, so they don't stay there. So they buy only a few cheap things and then they leave. So I think, in my opinion, this is not very good. Of course, it's not very good for people who live in those places, right? So if we have someone who lives in Venice, and they live in a city where they could earn money, you know, and the city could develop. There are too many people; they cannot live properly because, you know, if you live in a city like that, you might know that it's not great. So, for example, I live very close to Lisbon. When I go to Lisbon, it's so many people that I don't want to be there. So I just don't go very often. I go only sometimes, but I don't really like going there because it's too many people. And I think, you know, it's not great. But can we stop it? Can we stop these things? Can we make a change there? Can we do something that people will stay longer if they want to come, right? They then stay longer. The locals can earn some money, and then maybe everyone is happy because of that, right? So if you think that something can be done about this, maybe you have some good ideas. To me, I don't know if I have any good ideas. I don't think that anything can really be done. I think this will just continue on doing, but maybe you have some good ideas. Okay, moi drodzy, będziemy kończyć. Jak zawsze poproszę o kciuki w górę, serducha, buźki uśmiechnięte, co tam macie, podzielenie się oczywiście tym live'em z innymi. Jeżeli ktoś jeszcze będzie chciał ćwiczyć język angielski, chciałby sobie podszkolić coś, to bardzo, bardzo Was proszę o to, żeby się podzielić wiadomością o OK English i naszymi śniadaniami tutaj również co poniedziałek. Oczywiście te śniadania zostają zawsze i na Instagramie, i na Facebooku, i na YouTubie, i wszędzie, więc można do nich wracać. Nawet jak ktoś powie, że nie ma czasu o 9 rano w poniedziałek, to ja zawsze zawsze zostawiam te live'y, także nie trzeba się martwić, że coś Wam ucieknie. Jak zawsze polecam oczywiście treningi angielskiej konwersacji dla osób indywidualnych. Jeżeli chcecie poćwiczyć sobie język angielski, chcecie sobie się doszkolić, chcecie przede wszystkim zacząć mówić, chcielibyście się rozwinąć, pozbyć bariery językowej i nauczyć rozmawiać w języku angielskim, to zapraszam Was do nas na nasze treningi z native speakerami 1 na 1 i oczywiście też treningi angielskiej konwersacji dla firm. Jeżeli macie firmę, jeżeli jesteście zatrudnieni gdzieś, możecie polecić OK English swojemu szefowi i polecam Wam wykupienie pakietów u nas. Dla firm, jeżeli macie więcej osób, to zawsze jest dodatkowa promocja dla Was. Okay, so I am going to do my training to exercise, start the week on a good note, you know, get the body moving a little bit. I hope that you have a great week, that you are going to do some great things, learn some English, you know, and it's going to be great. I hope that the weather is good and that you are going to be happy all week and it's going to be amazing. So thank you very much for coming here. It was a pleasure teaching you today, and take care. Bye bye Instagram. So I'm gonna close this first, and I am going to close Facebook and YouTube. Bye bye. I'll see you next week on Monday. Take care.